I was only studying abroad for 5 years. But the second I got home, the bodyguards stopped me at the gate. They said I had no invitation, so I couldn't go in. Are you kidding me? I need an invite to enter my own home? That was when I realized my family had set up a huge banquet. The sign said, "Engagement party for the Jiang heir and Miss Liu." Wait, that makes no sense. I'm the only son in this family. What the hell is going on? Stop right there. Who are you people? To see our young master, you need an invitation. I sized up the big guys in front of me. Then my eyes landed on the badges on their chests. With a cold smirk, I read the words on them. New group? This time back? My parents wanted me to meet the girl I was promised to as a kid, the heiress of Liu Group. Liu Ruyan's secretary, Xiao Ma, instantly caught on. He stepped right in front of me. Your young master? Young Master Jiang is standing right here. This man is your Miss Liu's fiancé. But after hearing that, the men looked even more annoyed. Our young master is, of course, the Jiang family's young master. Our Miss Liu is already engaged to young Master Jiang. And trash like you still wants to impersonate him? What a joke. Get lost, stop making a scene here. Just then, the old mansion's gate opened. I looked up and saw Liu Ruyan walking out arm in arm with their so-called young Master Jiang. That guy was no stranger. He was Ji Boda, the son of our housekeeper, Aunt Ji. Seeing that we still had no intention of leaving, the lead thug pulled out a stun baton to drive us away. Xiao Ma still wanted to argue with them, but I grabbed him back. Inside the car, Xiao Ma kept ranting on my behalf. Young Master Jiang, that's literally your house. Don't you know me by now? I'm not that easy to push around. I gave him a sly smile. After getting in the car, I said nothing and started typing. Xiao Ma thought I was just mad. Then he saw the page on my laptop. He was so shocked he almost couldn't speak. I accessed Jiang Group's main system and paused every partnership project with Liu Group. As the Jiang family's only heir, my parents had already given me full access to Jiang Group when I came of age. All these years I had focused on school and rarely got involved in the company. But now it finally came in handy. Ones, tens, hundreds, millions. Tens of millions. Xiao Ma pointed at the numbers, completely dumbfounded. Just in cash flow alone, Liu Group would lose over 10 million in a single day. Of course, Jiang Group would take some losses too, but Jiang Group had plenty of businesses. That little bit of money meant nothing to me. They want an invitation, right? How hard could that be? While I was studying overseas, the old butler stayed with my parents and brought me up to them from time to time. His legs had gotten weak these past few years, so after my parents went abroad with me, they arranged a home for him to retire in. Grandpa Butler. I forgot the company seal. I knew my way around and opened a drawer in his study. Then I printed an invitation, stamped it with Jiang Group's seal, and used Jiang Group's access to fax it to business partners who had only worked with me online for years. While I was busy, Xiao Ma quickly explained what had just happened to the old butler. Back when I went abroad for school, I took the nanny who had cared for me since I was little, so my parents hired Aunt Ji. Although I hadn't been home all these years, I had seen her and her son in my parents' social media posts. My parents felt bad that she was raising her son alone, so they let Ji Boda move in. Later, my parents also came abroad with me, so they left Aunt Ji to clean the old mansion. Who would have thought those two would be bold enough to steal my identity? The butler and I took the invitation and returned to the Jiang mansion. Once the guards saw the invitation, they didn't dare stop us. Now I wanted to see what tricks Ji Boda still had left. We had barely sat down on the living room sofa when a man's questioning voice rang out. Who are you people? Who let you in? Ji Boda looked down at me arrogantly, as if he were the real owner of this place. Is this how you yell at guests? Is this the Jiang family's rule? Do you know who I am? I'm Jiang Group's only heir and the fiancé of the Liu heiress. Who the hell do you think you are? Mentioning that identity, he couldn't help curling his lips in pride. The inner house staff heard the commotion and were already waiting nearby. One look told me he had even replaced all the staff inside my home. I looked at him calmly. I was invited here. Invited? What invitation? He froze. Young Master Jiang, why did you invite us here today? I looked up and all the guests I had invited had arrived. I didn't invite anyone. Ji Boda stared in disbelief as the business partners filed in one after another. How could that be? Once I saw young Master Jiang's invitation, I rushed over before even discussing the project. One guest raised the invitation in his hand. It clearly had Jiang Group's official seal on it, and there was no denying it. A flash of panic crossed Ji Boda's face, but he still forced himself to stay calm. I'm sorry, I really don't know. Maybe it was sent by mistake. This was sent to me officially by Jiang Group. Is Jiang Group's management this messy? You have no sincerity at all. Are you messing with small companies like us? I watched the guests refuse to let it go. Their companies weren't huge, but they were all busy people. With Ji Boda brushing them off like this, of course they wouldn't be happy. Looks like this guy didn't know about it. Maybe he isn't young Master Jiang after all. I guided the conversation. Ji Boda immediately panicked. Of course I am, but I really didn't send those invitations. Someone must be impersonating me. I watched him stubbornly dig himself deeper and didn't expose him. But since everyone's already here, let's get together. I've long heard young Master Jiang is gifted at piano. Would we be lucky enough to hear you play today? Everyone in this circle knew. Jiangshen had been called a piano prodigy since childhood. At gatherings, he loved playing a piece to liven things up. At his coming-of-age ceremony, his original piece, Riding the Wind to the Moon, went viral. For a split second, Ji Boda looked stunned, but he quickly pulled himself together. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well today, so I shouldn't play. On my social media, I always post videos of myself playing with my back to the camera. If he wanted to impersonate me, he needed the skills to back it up. Young Master Zhang just posted a video this morning. Looks like he simply looks down on small companies like us. The guests looked at him with clear dissatisfaction. They were invited here, then ignored. Even the most patient person would be upset. Young Master, these are all business partners. Please think this through. You can't afford to offend them. Even a simple piece would be enough to satisfy them. As he hesitated, his trusted people next to him couldn't sit still. They lowered their voices and started giving him advice. Jibota seemed persuaded. But when he looked at the piano, he hesitated again. Don't tell me you really aren't young Master Zhang and can't play piano. I went straight for his weak spot. Finally, he gritted his teeth and sat down at the piano bench. Young Master Zhang, you're finally willing to play. I'm so lucky today. Exactly. We've heard young Master Zhang is an incredible pianist. Young Master Zhang, we've wanted to hear you play Riding the Wind to the Moon again for so long. Will you perform that piece today? Seeing that he was willing to play, the guests softened a lot and looked at him with anticipation. But the higher they praised him, the darker his face became. Young Master Zhang, please. I sealed the deal. The room fell silent. Jibota bit his lip and pressed the keys one by one. The crowd slowly started murmuring. This is the piano prodigy? My son in elementary school can play at this level, but I've seen his videos. Even though his back was to the camera, the skill level was completely different. After he stumbled through the piece, the guests' faces were priceless. Jibota quickly explained that he wasn't feeling well, but the excuse was too weak, and the guests became even more annoyed. I quietly walked toward the empty piano bench. Then I lifted my hands and confidently played across the keys. The room slowly went quiet. With one key change, I switched into Riding the Wind to the Moon. Oh my god, it's that piece! Someone recognized it and gasped softly, but afraid of interrupting my rhythm, they quickly swallowed the rest of their words. I finished the piece smoothly and looked at Jibota. Young Master Zhang, looks like your memory got rusty overnight. Or are you not Zhang Chen at all? At that moment, everyone looked at Jibota with suspicion and scrutiny. Who let you people in? Liu Ruyan rushed over, but it was already too late. Seeing Liu Ruyan arrive with a group of bodyguards, Jibota looked like he had found his backup and finally relaxed. Then he looked at me meaningfully and said, Ruyan, they forced me to play piano and even questioned my identity. Liu Ruyan glared at me furiously. Who do you think you are, questioning my fiancé? I looked at her calmly. Miss Liu, it's been years. I didn't expect you to lose all sense of right and wrong. This childhood engagement was something your parents begged my family for. Later, for the sake of that relationship, my family gave Liu Group countless projects. That's how Liu Group became so powerful today. But Liu Ruyan didn't give me any respect at all. I don't even know you. Miss Liu, let's talk this through. Someone from earlier spoke carefully. But compared to Liu Group, they were all small companies. They didn't dare offend Liu Ruyan. All of you shut up and get out. My fiancé is the rightful heir of the Zhang family. Whoever dares question the Zhang family or the Liu family, I won't let them off. In an instant, only a few of us were left in the room. Behind Liu Ruyan, her bodyguard stood ready, watching my every move with suspicion. The security guards who were called over heard Liu Ruyan's furious voice and surrounded me. The thugs recognized me. Miss Liu, this is the guy we kicked out earlier. We didn't expect him to come back with an invitation and sneak in with the old butler. Jibota spoke up at just the right time. What old butler? He's clearly just another scammer acting with him. Liu Ruyan immediately took the hint. Did you hear that? Hurry up and throw them out. With Liu Ruyan's approval, the thugs rushed over to pin me down. Bota, you don't even recognize me anymore? The old butler looked at Jibota in disbelief, but Jibota replied without a care. Ruyan, this isn't our family's butler. How could I not recognize my own butler? I remember what he said. Bota is the son of our housekeeper, but what does a housekeeper's son have to do with me? The old butler was restrained by the thugs, and his cane fell onto the tile floor with a sharp clatter. Xiaoma stepped in front of me to protect me, but he was no match for several trained men. Liu Ruyan, look carefully and see who I am, I shouted while struggling. I wanted nothing more than to rush up and punch that lying couple in the face. So you came here for Ruyan. Ruyan, I didn't know you still had an old flame. Jibota looked at Liu Ruyan suspiciously. Liu Ruyan immediately raised her hand and slapped me hard across the face. I don't know where you followed me from, but let me tell you, I'm already Jiang Chen's woman. Look closely, I am Jiang Chen, I shouted with my neck stiff. Seeing that I still wouldn't back down, Jibota grew even angrier. He landed a solid punch on me. I was pinned down by the thugs and couldn't move. I took the hit head on, trembling from the pain. I held back the sharp pain. You dared impersonate me, and now you dare treat me like this. When my parents come back, they won't let you or the Liu family off. Liu Ruyan let out a cold laugh. Big talk. Let's see if you can stay alive long enough for someone to save you. Someone beat him. The strong security guards surrounded me, their eyes filled with cold determination. I closed my eyes in despair. Suddenly, a roar came from outside the door. Let go of my son! My dad shoved through the guards in a few quick strides. His presence was so intimidating that even the trained thugs froze. The thugs instinctively released me. The momentum nearly made me fall, but my dad and Zhao Ma quickly caught me. Everything that had just happened left me dizzy. My dad's arrival gave me the relief of surviving a disaster. I took a few deep breaths before it finally felt real. Seeing me gasping for breath after being helped up, my dad stayed silent for a long moment. He knew exactly how dangerous things had just been. Furious, he raised his fist and swung hard at Jibota. The security guards didn't react in time. Jibota also never expected my dad, a usually refined man, to suddenly get physical. He couldn't dodge, and his face was instantly bruised. He sucked in a breath from the pain. Meeting my dad's furious gaze, he swallowed his shout and clenched his teeth through the pain. Uncle, is there some misunderstanding? We just got a little impulsive. I don't hit women. Get out of my way. Seeing the room stuck in a deadlock, Liu Ruyan spoke up to break the silence. Her words helped my dad regain a little bit of his reason. He looked around, then locked his eyes on Jibota. Today, Jibota was wearing a silver gray suit. The color wasn't flashy, but up close, the fabric was clearly high-end. It even had hidden patterns woven with silver thread. The more I looked, the more familiar that suit seemed. Before I could figure it out, my dad spoke first. That suit was custom made for my son. Where did you get it? Back then, my wife felt sorry for your mom raising you alone, so she let you stay at our old house. Turns out we let a thief in. My dad said it so bluntly, giving Jibota no face at all. Liu Ruyan, who had been holding back the whole time, finally couldn't sit still. Uncle, maybe you got it wrong. There are so many suits, I just happened to give him a similar one. Her voice was trembling. Looks like my dad's heavy punch to Jibota really scared her. Liu Ruyan, are you questioning me? I'm telling you, Jiang Chen's English name is embroidered on the cuff. Today, you dared to have someone hit my son and talk back to me, and you still dare to defend this man. I'd really like to hear how your parents raised you. My dad pulled me onto the sofa, the anger on his face not fading one bit. Then he picked up his phone and called Liu Ruyan's parents. Xiaoma helped the old butler up and sat him beside me. Jibota stood frozen in place, not daring to sit. Liu Ruyan tried to rub the bruised face my dad had hit, but Jibota stopped her with one look. The security guards looked at us, not knowing what to do. Liu Ruyan nodded at them, signaling them to leave. She also nudged Jibota, hinting for him to get out with them. But my dad caught every bit of that little move. Where do you think you're going? Nobody leaves. Watching those people, who had been so arrogant moments ago, now too scared to breathe under my dad's watch, I sank back into the cashmere sofa, fully satisfied. My dad noticed I had relaxed, and his expression finally softened a little. Oh my, Brother Jiang, long time no see. Before Liu Ruyan's mother even appeared, her voice came through first. I looked toward the door. After so many years, Liu Ruyan's mom looked radiant and glamorous. She was covered in designer brands and jewelry, walking in like she owned the place. Her Louboutins clicked loudly with every step. Beside her, Liu Ruyan's father also walked in with his chin high, looking down on everyone. The LV belt at his waist shined bright. The two of them looked nothing like the humble people who once came to our house. Why are you so angry? My daughter has been spoiled, that's all. Whatever happened, we adults can just give them a few words. There's no need to lose your temper like this. Liu Ruyan's mom smiled as she pulled her husband over and sat down on the sofa beside us like it was her own home. She didn't even bother to greet anyone properly. A few words? Do you know what kind of trashy thing your daughter did? From the moment they walked in, my dad was already a little unhappy. Now, seeing how they acted, the anger he had just calmed down flared right back up. Brother Jiang, it's just a little joke between the kids. Let Ruyan apologize to Ah Chen and we can move on. Liu Ruyan's father said vaguely with a smile. He waved Liu Ruyan over, acting like he wanted her to bow to me. As Liu Ruyan walked over, she still seemed traumatized by my dad's rage. Her whole body was shaking. Liu Ruyan's father noticed and said unhappily, Brother Jiang, look at her. You scared Ruyan pretty badly. At home, when has she ever suffered like this? Let's just let this go. From his tone, not only did he not blame Liu Ruyan, he was clearly unhappy with my dad. Oh, Brother Jiang, how big of a mistake could our Ruyan have made for you to scare her like this? Are you not treating us as friends anymore? Liu Ruyan's mom looked over and saw Ruyan trembling like a frightened little rabbit. Her heart immediately ached and she hugged her while scolding my dad. No matter how wrong she was, you can't yell at a young girl like that. Ruyan is the daughter-in-law you personally agreed to. She's well-mannered, educated, and always easygoing. What exactly did she do today to make you this angry? It would have been fine if Liu Ruyan's mom hadn't mentioned it, but once she did, my dad remembered this whole headache again. When Liu Ruyan was little, she really was cute, sensible, and well-behaved. I was a troublemaker as a kid, and only Liu Ruyan never disliked me. She followed me around happily every day, and no matter how others laughed at her, they couldn't drive her away. Back when Liu's parents saw us playing together, they half-joked about arranging a childhood engagement. My parents didn't rush into it. They watched us for a long time before agreeing. Do you even know what really happened? Go ask Liu Ruyan yourself what she just did. My dad didn't bother wasting more words. His face darkened and he stopped talking. Mrs. Liu looked a little guilty but still asked, Ruyan, tell us what happened. Were you just joking with Ah Chen and took it too far? Mrs. Liu was guiding Liu Ruyan, trying to downplay the whole thing. But Liu Ruyan had always been spoiled. After getting shut down by my dad today, she had already been holding it in. Mom, the second he came back, he started targeting Boda. Just because he's the Jiang family heir, he ruined Boda. Didn't you say I could be with whoever I liked? I like Boda. That childhood engagement doesn't count. Enough! Mr. Liu was still clear-headed. Once he understood what happened, he immediately cut Liu Ruyan off before she could keep complaining. Brother Jiang, my daughter was confused for a moment. She usually misses Ah Chen the most while he's overseas. Today, she must have been fooled by this man's sweet talk. Mr. Liu stood up first to apologize to my dad, then pressed Liu Ruyan down into a bow. My dad let out a cold snort. He wasn't buying it. I'm getting to the bottom of this today. Ah Chen studied overseas for years. While his mother and I were away, how did Jibota become the master here? And what exactly was Liu Ruyan thinking, backing him up like that? My dad's question hit right at the core. Liu Ruyan opened her mouth, ready to answer. Seeing how panicked she looked, I knew she was about to plead for Jibota. Mr. Liu secretly twisted her arm, shot her a harsh glare, and only then did she shut up. Mrs. Liu wanted to step in and smooth things over for her, but Mr. Liu stopped her too. He thought for a long time, then finally spoke carefully. Brother Jiang, Ruyan was thoughtless, but you know her. This child is too kind-hearted, so she's easy to take advantage of. Besides, she and Ah Chen grew up together. They were childhood sweethearts. Their feelings wouldn't change so easily. All those years Ah Chen was away, she often came to the old house to reminisce. That's how she met this man. Ah Chen came back so suddenly. Ruyan hadn't seen him in years, so it's normal she didn't recognize him. As for bullying Ah Chen, this man must have been stirring things up behind the scenes. Ruyan is inexperienced. She was used by him. As for how this man dared call himself the master inside the old house, you should ask the people managing this place. With just a few words, Mr. Liu pushed all the blame onto Jiboda and painted Liu Ruyan as some innocent little girl. My dad gave a fake smile and pressed on, as if he had been convinced. So you're saying this man is the root of it all? Of course. Ruyan's admiration for Ah Chen has always been there. Good. Then today I'll punish this crooked man properly. Give him 50 hard strikes first. Let's cure that reckless arrogance. My dad looked toward Liu Ruyan without making it obvious, his tone growing heavier. At my dad's command, the Zhang family servants got into position. Liu Ruyan finally couldn't sit still and rushed over. I saw the bruises on her arm, left from Mr. Liu pinching her. If Mr. Liu hadn't stopped her, she probably would have stood in front of Jiboda from the start and challenged my dad head-on. She dropped straight to her knees in front of my dad. Uncle, all of this is my fault. If you want to punish someone, punish only me. Boda is innocent. The moment she knelt, Jiboda knelt down beside her too. I was just jealous of Mr. Zhang's status, so I copied him. I had no bad intentions toward the young master. Uncle, you know Boda has had a hard life. He only copied Ah Chen because I suggested it. He specifically picked a cheap outfit but didn't realize he grabbed this custom-made one by mistake. Don't worry, I'll return an identical one to Ah Chen. The two of them knelt together, both with resentment in their eyes. They really were a perfect match. I never had feelings for Liu Ruyan anyway. If my parents hadn't kept bringing up that childhood engagement, I wouldn't even have looked at her when I came back. I calmly opened my mouth and said what I was thinking. Dad, the childhood engagement doesn't count. I never had feelings for Liu Ruyan, but Jiboda impersonated me, and those two beat me. That can't just be brushed off. Enough talking. Let's handle this legally. The moment I finished, Mrs. Liu panicked first. Ah Chen, think this through. Marriage is a big deal. You and Liu Ruyan know each other inside out. You're the perfect match. She kept saying she was thinking of me, but all she really wanted was to cling to the Zhang family. I guess she figured my parents and I had been away for years, so we wouldn't know much after suddenly coming back. Really? But isn't Liu Ruyan already engaged? You already found someone better, so why are you still coming after me? My dad had come in a rush and hadn't seen the news. I opened my phone and showed him the post Liu Ruyan had made 6 months ago, publicly announcing it. The comments were all praising them as the perfect couple. Chen, Ruyan just said it herself. She was only putting on an act with this guy. Think it over again. He wanted to say more, but I wasn't buying it. I stood up to leave. My dad knew what I wanted and said nothing more. He got up with me. Seeing us show no regard for their feelings, Liu Ruyan's mother lost her temper too. Brother Jiang, Zhang Chen and Liu Ruyan's childhood engagement had witnesses. Everyone in our circle knows these two kids were promised to each other. You'd better think carefully today. The Liu family is one of the top leading companies now. Breaking off the engagement is easy, but Zhang Chen may never find another suitable match. Mrs. Liu stopped pretending and went straight for the throat. Plenty of families in our circle marry their kids off to secure business deals. Back then, my parents chose Liu Ruyan with that in mind too. But who would have thought once the Liu family got powerful, they'd start looking down on me? No need to worry about me. You should worry about the Liu family instead. I sat there with my legs crossed, not looking the least bit upset about being dumped. Over the years, Zhang Group had gone global, with subsidiaries all over the world. Even though our domestic business was in a declining industry, we were still extremely powerful. Looks like the Liu parents had been living in their own bubble. They didn't even understand Zhang Group anymore. Just then, Mr. Liu's phone rang. The second he picked up, his secretary's panicked voice came through. Chairman, this is bad! All our projects with Zhang Group have been suspended. Our cash flow can only last 1 week at most. Mr. Liu froze in shock for a long time, only giving orders after his secretary urged him. The Liu parents had rushed over so fast, they hadn't noticed I'd unilaterally paused every project. Now that they got the news, they were completely panicking. Chairman Zhang, let's talk this out. My daughter was immature. We'll definitely discipline her properly. Liu Ruyan looked confused as she watched her father's attitude completely change, but she still refused to back down. Dad, the Liu family has so many business partners. Why should we be afraid of them? She didn't understand how serious this was, but Mr. Liu did. This man who doted on his daughter slapped her hard across the face. Get down and apologize to Uncle Jiang. And to Chen, too. You need to apologize properly. After saying that, he looked up at my dad with a flattering smile. He actually forced Liu Ruyan to kowtow 3 times. My dad didn't respond, he just glanced at me. Mr. Liu immediately caught on. Chen, Ruyan's spoiled, but she'll definitely change after marriage. Talk to your dad. Our two families can't just cut ties like this. I can't make decisions for my dad. Besides, if he hadn't come today, I would have died at the hands of these two. That's right, this can't just be let go. You never treated us as friends, so don't blame us for being ruthless. I looked toward the door in disbelief and saw my mom. When my dad showed up, I'd been wondering about her. Now that I saw her arriving with a lawyer, I immediately understood. Mr. Zhang, sorry to trouble you with company matters today. I'll need you to take on one more civil case. Mr. Zhang was a specially hired lawyer from the company's legal department. Xiaoma had been holding back for a long time and quickly pulled Mr. Zhang aside to record what happened. Sis, let's talk this through. But my mom didn't even spare Mrs. Liu a glance. She left her hanging and gently patted my back to comfort me. Chen, I've already had PR come out and clear things up. For the rest, just do what you want. Your dad and I will always have your back. No matter how old I am, in my parents' eyes, I'm still their innocent kid. Even though I acted on impulse and shut down the Liu family's projects, all they cared about was whether I got hurt. The three of us sat on the couch like one happy family, while the Liu family stood off to the side with ugly looks on their faces. But there was someone even more pathetic at the scene. I reached out and grabbed Jibota by the hair. This fake young master hadn't been able to get a word in since kneeling there with Liu Ruyan. He knelt there with his injuries, head lowered, listening to our two families discuss everything. From beginning to end, aside from the brainless Liu Ruyan, nobody cared about him. For someone as arrogant as her, this was nothing short of utter humiliation. Jibota, got anything left to say? I lifted his hanging head. He was forced to look me in the eye, his face completely pale. Mr. Zhang, I was wrong. He deflated, answering in a voice I could barely hear. The second I let go, he collapsed to the floor like a pile of boneless sludge. I noticed Liu Ruyan clenching her fist without realizing it, but when her parents shot her a warning look, she forced herself to look away. Madam Chairman, this was my failure. The elderly butler had just tried to stand when my dad pressed him back down. He had managed the old estate for years and handled everything perfectly. We already saw him as family. How could we blame him in his retirement? Mrs. Zhang, sir, I've sorted out all the details of his injuries. The case is clear. We can file the lawsuit directly. My mom nodded at Attorney Zhang. Fighting violence with violence isn't the way. We have a stronger way to hit back. Ignoring the Liu family's faces, my mom ordered the staff to see them out. These servants were brought in by Jibota, but they knew how to read the room. After watching that whole scene, they finally knew who the real owners were. Terrified of being linked to Jibota, they rushed to suck up to us. Then they shoved the Liu family out the door. Madam, what about this guy? The one speaking was one of Jibota's trusted men. My mom frowned. Throw this filthy thing out. Toss his stuff out too. Unexpectedly, Jibota didn't fight back. He just swallowed it all. When Auntie G got the news, Jibota was standing at the gate with his luggage. Madam, I worked like a dog for you. After all these years, you show me no mercy? Auntie G started yelling at the gate like she didn't care anymore. I was about to have her dragged off, but Jibota took his mom away himself. His strange behavior left me surprised. But I didn't have time to think. I still had a ton to handle after coming back home. I followed my parents and learned the company business. In my spare time, I helped PR and the lawyers fill in the details. I was slammed. But before the PR statement even went out, Zhang Group hit the trending list first. And the headline was explosive. It said, Zhang Group chairman caught cheating with a barely legal guy. I hadn't even clicked in yet. I knew Jibota had something to do with this. The news clearly bought its way onto trending, and there was actually a lot of juicy stuff in it. 2 hours later, G's sister-in-law posted a tearful video holding her son. It instantly set the internet off. I honestly didn't see it coming. Jibota wanted to tie himself to my family, and he'd do literally anything to make it happen. He used the chats where my parents showed him concern, then edited them to make it look like my dad was harassing her. He even secretly took photos of my dad at home in a bath towel. At first glance, it really looked convincing. Good thing my parents' relationship was solid. Otherwise, that evidence would have made it hard for my dad to clear his name. Jibota's move was seriously vicious. The harder we went after him now, the more it proved the internet's suspicions. My dad was so mad he couldn't even eat. My mom didn't know whether to laugh or cry. If we're right, what's there to fear? Just stick to the facts. My mom contacted the PR team. She stressed that the response should not sound emotional. Just address the facts. The PR team knew exactly what they were doing. They released a response that afternoon. They answered every claim Jibota had made. They also included proof that G's sister-in-law and Jibota secretly replaced the old house staff. Once people compared both sides, they all turned into Sherlock Holmes. They started piecing the whole thing together on their own. Not only did they figure out the truth, that Jibota had nothing to do with my dad, but he had also been pretending to be me and throwing his weight around. He even tried to steal my fiancé. The internet felt played, and they turned all their anger on Jibota. The Zhang family filed a lawsuit against Jibota, and that wasn't all. Liu Ruyan's spoiled, unreasonable behavior was exposed too. The Liu family's reputation hit rock bottom overnight. The Zhang family had deep pockets and plenty of business allies. Even if projects paused for days, they could afford the losses. But the Liu family had always depended on the Zhangs. Without that cash cow, they were already on the verge of collapse. And now things only got worse. Once people in the circle knew my family's stance, they all cut ties with the Lius. Liu's parents couldn't get new projects or borrow money. I heard their working capital came from selling the family home. That money barely kept them going for a while, but it was still nowhere near enough. In the end, the Liu family declared bankruptcy. Liu Ruyan was no longer the high and mighty princess. She became just another nobody. The Liu family couldn't even afford a lawyer. When court opened, Liu Ruyan and Jibota received the punishment they deserved. No surprise there. Chen, do you want us to set up a singles party for you? My mom asked carefully. After everything that happened, she had no idea what I was thinking. Mom, I have more important things to do. I lifted the proposal in my hand. Instead of chasing romance, I'd rather become a real successor who can stand on his own. Besides, capable people never lack people who appreciate them.